guys, we are back for some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. You get the idea. And today we are on the final part of this entire game. We are on the third part of this trilogy. And for those who don't know, a trilogy is basically three things with the same plot and same characters and same everything, pretty much.
Are you solving murders?
Yes.
Because that's what I just did. And it was dumb.
How so?
And ridiculously complicated.
How so?
And it's like, geez, let's just add more stuff in to like make people even more confused. That's what they did. And she's off.
Okay. You get the introductions done?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Anyway, so that's the trilogy. And we are on the third part of this trilogy, which is the last part. And I am excited to see what's about to come next.
Right.
So, take it away, Tom.
Sora says hiya.
Hiya, Sora. Glad you made it.
Right? Yeah.
We were... You should have seen us last, on Friday. You probably did because you rewatched them. When you missed them, all our fans do. But...
All our fans do.
Well, I know some of them at least do.
I just like that. It's like, if you're not a fan if you don't rewatch our stream.
Anyway. Trials and Tribulations.
He says, I did rewatch it.
Yes, I thought. But yes, we were so upset that you weren't here. That you weren't here last time.
We really could have used your help.
We could not figure it out. Because we could not figure it out. Like, we just couldn't figure it out. But then again, we're dumb sometimes. We're just dumb. But yeah. So, take it away, Tom.
Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Are we playing as Mia?
I don't know.
Ugh,
It's raining.
how did I get into this mess? Mad on guard? Why? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
Who's that guy?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it. You don't recognize who that is? With the spiky hair?
We never wear that.
5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. April 11th, 9:40 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Whew. Finally time. I'm kind of nervous.
Ahem! Oh.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning.
Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
So what are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Yeah, buddy, says Sora. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just I'm so nervous today.
Remember how you asked how we gonna have a tutorial in the third game?
Yes.
This is how. We're not even playing as Nick. We're playing as Mia. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have. I think.
Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Sorry,
Good morning.
If you...
Try to keep smiling, Mia. Can you raise my bed up a little?
Why is there rain in the puddle of water?
I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem.
Whoa, bless you?
No, that was voice acting.
Yeah, he's really good. Sheldon should really get paid for this stuff.
He keeps going outside.
Hear that? Sheldon should really get paid for this stuff.
Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright?
Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says.
Right, Mr. Wright. I'm never gonna use that. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you.
Now that's what I call an epic gamer moment. Please, let go of my shirt.
That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly. I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then. And, well, here I am again.
I should have known that there'd be freaking french fries.
But this time... hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself.
April 11th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2.
This is quite the jump from things.
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. It is pain.
Oh my goodness. This is going to be interesting, because this time I'm doing the voice for the defense lawyer.
The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see... Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing right there next to you?
Yes, well,
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
someone scares me. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer.
Really?
Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well...
Pharmacology.
What?
What's pharmacology?
Like a pharmacist? The people that give you your medicine?
Ah.
Yeah. That's why his name is Doug Swallow. Drug Swallow. Because you swallow the pills.
Interesting.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well.
I'm getting serious deja vu.
The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Crime photo 1. The crime took place behind an IVU building.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, yeah. Show him what you're made of.
Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the full file.
Ugh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
Let's check. Okay, so we've got Marvin Grossberg, 61 years old, my superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, age 21, my client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Doug Swallow, age 22, the victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 20, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Winston Payne, age 49, the prosecutor for this trial. A veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Then a turns badge, proof of my profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Crime photo, which we checked. And the autopsy report. Date and time of death, 4/9 at 3 p.m. Died of death. A cause of death was a fatal electric shock.
Okay, so there's that. Ah, the court record. I think I can see by pressing the R1 button.
All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. It's court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed the R1 button here.
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Asphyxiation, electrocution, or hypothermia?
I don't know what the other two are, but the second one.
Asphyxiation is when you choke, when you can't get breath. And hypothermia is when you get so cold that you die.
According to the court record, it was a electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Died of death. Cause of death. He died.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. I gotta remember how to do his voice. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
Well, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face.
But yes, sir. It's all Greybeard's face. Okay.
Or Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R1 button, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
Go to profiles. I want to say Dahlia.
Phoenix Wright's girlfriend dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. See? Maybe they like fighting over her.
Take that!
Okay. The reason for bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much.
Ha! I knew it.
This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
Well, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right?
Wright is innocent, right? Right, Mr. Wright?
Stop saying right. The defense has no objection.
Very well.
Objection. Sorry. I have a tendency for skipping, like, vowels and letters in a word.
The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh! I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you're suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swallow.
But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was...
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor.
The victim and I.
I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer.
Whew. Looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It's It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And what would that be?
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination.
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradiction?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony is just just now? There was a lie? A contradiction?
Oh, I noticed it immediately.
Did you?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Spay.
Please, Mr. Wright. Tell me you haven't been lying. Yeah, I know. Trying to catch my breath. I also have a bit of a frog in my throat, so. Yeah, trying to make it stop from riveting. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Okay, so he said that he was there, but he's not a killer. All he did was find the body. He hardly knew the guy. He never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. You don't catch it? Okay.
When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Where the murder was victimed?
Where the victim was murdered?
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Anyway, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright. I'm not gonna get used to this trial. Like, ever.
It's taking me some getting used to, like, when it goes over the defense bench, I keep wanting to start talking. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, it's Mia.
Yeah, like, yeah, I'm the defense this time. What were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow.
It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body.
You say you found the body, so who called the police?
Huh?
Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. There were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
That sounds like it would hurt your throat.
Nope.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind?
Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
So you didn't know his face, or even his name, right?
Right. Well, no. That is, I mean...
So which is it? Did you know him or not?
That's you! That's you!
Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Or, well, I guess I did know his name.
News to me. Why didn't you tell me that before?
I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Ah yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right. I mean, why would I even...
But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe?
That's him!
Well, Mr. Wright,
No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt.
that's why. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean.
Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it.
See, I can fix her from the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor. Why is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow?
And this is when Mia realized, oh my god, the judge is an idiot.
So this
The
is
Union
what-
Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Say, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this just now?
Mia, there's a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg,
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point?
I think we can handle it.
Yeah, it's not the first time that we played this game. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia. One more time. From the very beginning of the testimony.
Alright. So, the only evidence we have, we've got Grossberg, Phoenix, who has a cold, Doug Swallow,
He was killed.
Dahlia Hawthorne,
See?
dated Doug up until 8 months ago. Attorney's badge. He died April 9th at 3 p.m. from an electric shock. And here's the picture.
We don't have much evidence.
We have all the evidence we need, though.
Do we?
Remember what I said before. The rule of thumb seems to be when he adds something.
Right. Let me see that picture. I don't see a Union Jack. In fact, I don't see any sort of flag. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. Blah. I'm never going to use this. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back.
Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing.
I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? I feel like there's something under my tongue. was just my imagination. You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me.
Please forgive me.
Mia, you've made our client cry.
Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. Can't believe I trust him. That's right, it was all wrong.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Ugh.
Uh-oh. Did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X.
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
What?
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
How you doing there, Sora? Did you fall asleep on us?
Order! Order in the court!
Yeah, you haven't talked in a while.
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Cold Killer X added to the court record. Found clutched in the victim's hand. Covered in Wright's fingerprints. Okay, I was thinking maybe it was going to be that actually this bottle is Cold Killer Y, because the bottom half of the X was covered up.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it.
I'm trying to make my puzzle. My neck hurts. What's it a puzzle of?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this?
Ugh.
This is really bad. Wait, what does that watch say?
Oh, it's a puzzle of New York. Nice.
Sounds like a big puzzle. So yeah, what does that watch say?
Well, that's 12, yes.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah? That's what it looks like?
I think so. $1.15? No, I can't read these clocks.
The small one is the hour.
I know that.
Okay, so what's the hour?
3.
Okay, and then each pip is 1 minute. So it's... You need to hold it closer so you can count them.
Yeah. 305?
There you go. He's putting together a puzzle. It looks like that.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's quite a bit of stuff going on. Jeez. Good luck with that. Okay. So it's 305.
Oh, my buttocks. My poor, poor hemorrhoids.
What really happened?
The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, that's right. Don't tell any more lies.
The truth is, I went because he called me.
Even if you ever met the victim before then? What? Why?
Read that again.
Yeah, I don't know why I... Have you ever met the victim before then?
No, never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is...
It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
What was that for, Mia?
No, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something so all of a sudden. Why?
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it's one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building.
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you to meet at 2:45?
Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist, I see.
I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
Really do. Maybe I can ask him for some more details.
About the timing of the meeting, about the pharmacology department, or forget about it.
What do you think? I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department.
Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though.
A little bit earlier, I had hiccups. In your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
That's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere.
High voltage cables.
Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof.
Finally, I think we're getting somewhere.
We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 we split up.
So what was it you were talking about?
You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime.
Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true.
Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there.
So you say you went back?
Yeah, that's when I found the body.
Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him?
Well, that's right, I was.
Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there?
I thought maybe we could make up.
Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this.
I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days.
It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh?
I suppose common sense is not always common.
It's Phoenix Wright.
So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine?
Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
On the day of the incident. On the day of the incident. What did you do for lunch?
Huh? What's that have to do with anything?
You can never be too sure.
I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
I'm so sorry. I feel like earning somewhere all of a sudden. Why? Mia, what are you?
Because she's like, you're my client. So as long as I know everything that I need to know and you tell the truth, then I can prove your innocence. Yeah. So, no, I don't have an alibi. Okay? Oh, yeah, I totally met up with him. I knew all about him. You gotta tell me these things. You're making yourself more suspicious. So she's just like, he's like, ow, why'd you hit me? I just had to hit something.
I think that's enough for now.
That's kind of like me. When I get angry or frustrated, I just like need to bite something.
Right?
So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
Your name is Frank? What do you mean?
I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is... You are correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Slow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I can still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
Establish the murder method or can't right now?
I think we can. I just don't know how. Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Faye?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
I know that. Actually, I totally forgot about that.
Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
Again, I know how it was done. I don't know how to prove it.
How was it done?
Remember what Phoenix said? He said that there were high voltage cables everywhere on the building.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Yeah,
everywhere.
you can even see them like going along the path there in
You
the
can see
picture.
one dangling right there.
Hmm.
So I decided to show this. As for the cause of death,
Check it all before presenting. Whoops.
I say this picture captured it quite well.
What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
The cable right there. The one that's dangling. This cable right here. Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor.
Nah, it's fine. Cat did good.
Yeah, like, how is it not obvious? Like, it's right there. Remember the testimony we heard? The machines, the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable.
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant.
That's who! That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
That, you mean,
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
Order! 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 That's enough. I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Sir, Mr. Grossberg.
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth.
I know what happened.
What? If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be...
It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Miss Faye.
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
No, you don't. I know what happened. Nah, I've got a pretty good idea.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute.
That's right.
I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further...
I did it. I admit it. I pushed him.
It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl, you shouldn't... Sorry, that girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Whoosh.
So he didn't mean to kill him.
I mean, that's still murder, though.
Yeah, I know, but still. He didn't mean to.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth.
You'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye?
I believe in you.
So, thank you. Still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
What's a hemorrhoid?
Hemorrhoids are little sores on your butt. When I push the victim.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise.
A little while after I left, I started to get worried.
So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there wasn't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
It's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly.
So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly.
He said that she was a bad girl.
Is that all?
Yup.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make it any harder for me than it already is.
Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove.
you tell me about what happened in a little more detail?
That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
That's when you did that. There was no severed cable anywhere?
Right. There was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Well, I guess it's possible.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy a steamroll over you like cheap asphalt?
Asphalt, yeah.
It's like an asphalt.
It's the stuff that roads are made out of.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony witness.
At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise.
A loud noise? And what did you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What did I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack.
Aha!
Could it have been...
Yes, could have been. Hurry up and tell us.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Fay, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well, we kind of have to say it is, isn't it? This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it was important. No, the chief umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
Duh, okay. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. Are you certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him.
Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself.
The umbrella.
Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing the sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time, knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
Oof, my stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia.
I'm so sorry.
Continue with the testimony, witness.
A little while after I left, I started to get worried.
After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah. But like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
And at that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime?
Nope, nobody.
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now, I need more info. Info that will help me turn up some contradictions.
So remember the rule of thumb. Whenever he adds something to a testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
Nothing?
Ow! Wait, let me do that again. It's over there.
Yes, it is.
Hmm. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on. If I had mentioned that.
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Order! 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 The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where's it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want to present it as evidence immediately.
Owned by the victim. Found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
But
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
no!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Phoenix's testimony. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened.
Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I don't get her name.
I do, Your Honor.
You don't get the...
No.
Okay. I won't spoil it.
The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court. Defendant in lobby number 3.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. I
It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
Why do you think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why.
The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly.
What's in the bottle? It certainly is a little bottle already.
It makes me so happy. I share it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
Dahlia's present borrowed from Phoenix Wright. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone.
Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating?
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
By the way,
Oh, that's Mia.
By the way, Mr. Wright. The day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you...
This happened on August 27th. This happened on August 27th, right here in the courthouse.
What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
Article from 828, almost 8 months ago.
Can we read it? I hope you don't mind, Mr. Okay, yeah.
Murder in the courthouse? Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. That's it.
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Burke. I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving.
I guess so. Their recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though.
Seemed like 4 minutes to me. To be continued.
Sure.
That was new.
Right? April 11th, 12:13 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Now okay. So what's up with just silence?
In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Sora just went, ugh.
Now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I'll bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look so straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves.
She's supposed to be dainty and pretty.
I can't make that point.
Thank you for
I
calming
can't
my
make
nerves.
that. Stop. That's too much.
You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Stop that.
You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
If you any more forecasting with this woman, I will rip off your face. And I will rip your throat out. You're also nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we move on now, what is your full name of occupation?
Sora goes, ugh.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at ID University. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor's all mine.
Well, we know who the milkshake brings all the boys, the artist. Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Beanie? You know some Beanie? Beanie wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes. I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, alright.
Feeny Miney. The brother of Eeny, Miny, and Meeny, Miny.
I only took her 12 seconds to wrap them up. To wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
What I witnessed. I've been planning to go back to Beanie's place after class was over. Beanie and Dougie. They were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's something you noticed that I was there. I went to go find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth.
But I would never. That's more than enough witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper thin lies. You have a chance for this, Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fay, the floor is all yours.
Good to see you again, Madam Fay. Madam, I know I'm grandma yet, girlie. What's with the butterfly?
Because she is a symbol of purity and innocence and beauty, so butterflies flock to her.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeny, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the arts department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? I'm never gonna get used to that word.
Sora says, ugh. He really doesn't like Dahlia.
Well, what if it's like the... Do you remember April May?
Yes.
Remember when we proved her guilty?
Remember when what?
Remember when we caught her for tapping?
Yeah.
Remember how she like changed so drastically and you had to do the voice?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's gonna be the same thing that happens here.
You think Dahlia's gonna suddenly turn evil?
Yeah. Well, I'm in literature department. I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese. Senryu?
Mm-hmm. Senryu.
Senryu? What does that mean?
It's a kind of...
Poetry.
Yeah.
Oh ho ho! How wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this stage, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through the back area. That back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How old would you enter teleportation? What did he say?
She goes, in order to get to the art department, I had to walk through that back building.
He goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. When I want to get into the courthouse, I walk through the doors.
Yeah? That's how everyone gets into the courthouse?
So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. That's Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How could he be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't made to be so rude and refined.
Oh, now you made her cry.
We went just.
That's right, Miss Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized?
Hmm?
What?
Here.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. So in other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Beanie never did a thing touchy. If I press her for no good reason, no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony now?
Can we prove a contradiction?
Do you see any?
We've got the badge. We've got the fact that he died at 3 p.m. We've got crime photo 1. We've got crime photo 2. We've got Cold Killer X. We've got the umbrella. We've got Phoenix's testimony that says that the victim fell on top of his umbrella and there was a loud sound when it happened. We've got the present. That's the small bottle necklace.
I need to see what's in that bottle. There has to be something in that
And
bottle.
we've got the newspaper clipping.
There has to be something in that bottle. Like, it's a very nice necklace regardless. But I need to know what's in that bottle. There has to be something. So I would say the last part in Joe Phoenix's testimony.
Okay.
I suppose Kurt Damon was in our favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary.
Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony.
What did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes. They're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So define some pharmacology students. She went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. More details. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So did the students call the police?
See, yes. I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie. And she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay. That means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.
So,
Okay, right here. No!
what?
I didn't want you to press.
Okay.
I wanted you to present.
Okay. What are we presenting?
The testimony. No? Huh.
No.
I thought that was it.
No.
Oh, right. I totally forgot. Wrong part of testimony. Sorry. I really don't know what it is. People's lives are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we? So I was never...
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. Yes, oh wait. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. Okay, so that's all we have to do. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
He even admitted it himself.
Yeah, he did. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will, if you don't mind. I like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting. And I didn't hear anything unusual either. That's when we showed the test. Okay, that's all I needed to do. That's all we need to do. I get it now. I understand now. So then, what did it look like when they were doing it? What? So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly, second conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
Okay. Now we show the evidence.
You didn't hear anything out of the ordinary, huh?
You say you didn't hear. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes. That's why I was very relaxed. Looking at the scenery around me. I like her determined face on her.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Ah!
May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't answer, why I didn't hear the noise.
I'm deaf.
You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was beginning to let up, but it seemed though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. What?
What?
Say that again?
The rain was starting to let up, but Thor wasn't done having his fun yet.
Oh. For a minute there, I thought she was talking about her headphones. So, like, I'm sorry, what?
No, she's talking about the God of Thunder.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I get it now. I understand now. So this guy continues to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yeah, I'm afraid it's out of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in their testimony after all.
Wait a second, yeah. The testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case.
Is it the fact that she didn't hear anything? Was it the fact that she was listening to music? Or was it the fact that there was lightning?
It's obvious, isn't it?
Quite obvious. So, what's the case about? It's about Doug Swallows, who
Yeah.
died April 9th at 3 p.m. from an electric shock. How did he die from an electric shock?
High voltage.
Hmm?
He got struck by lightning or something, didn't he? Your Honor, there was a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? he said there was the lightning, correct?
Sora says he'll be right back. I don't know if we'll be here when you get back.
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh,
Ah!
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the
Premise.
What's the premise?
Belief.
The premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, now you get it, yeah. What?
I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't.
I'll be taking that not guilty now.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Yep.
Huh?
Nice little twist. He's like, oh, you think he got struck by lightning and it was an accident, huh? Oh, you think so little of me. You think I haven't already figured this out. Ah. Yep. We're outroing.
Outroing?
Yes. It's a verb now. Verb. That's what's happening.
What?
Outro.
Okay. Anyway, so we guys hope you enjoyed today's episode of yeah, Phoenix Wright. Wow. Although it should be called Mia Faye right now. Because we're playing
Right.
Mia. And we hope to see you for some more of it while we actually figure this case out. So it was a lot longer than I thought it was. Because it's I mean, aren't the first cases usually done within like 10 minutes?
Not exactly 10 minutes, but
You get the idea?
yes.
It's interesting how long this one is.
It is the
So-
third game.
Yes, I know. But scares me. Means that these games are going to be highly long. Yes, I know, Dad. So we hope to see you next time for this incredibly long game of Phoenix Wright, 8th Turning. So, we have to see you there. So, bye guys!
Farewell.
Achoo!